We have arrived. Park number 1. A very long road trip. It's hot, but not terribly hot. I'm here with Nate. Hi, Nate.
I was wondering if you had a screen to see yourself, and you do. It's really
It's
small.
very, very
It
small,
is small.
but I think it shoots in 4K. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't shoot in 4K.
We are full of energy because it's day 1.
Absolutely.
Check back on day 10.
Day 10, we're like drunk. We're just like crawling into Cedar Point, you know. All right, so we've arrived in the park, and there's the OG RMC in the very back.
Now 12 years old.
Now 12 years old. Hopefully, it's still running silky smooth. We're heading to the other part of the park. We did the Texas Giant, which was quite fun. You know, it had like maybe 2 or 3 pops of airtime, like two good moments of airtime.
It was early in the day, and most of the train was empty. So
True, so it's kind of slugging.
I'm optimistic it'll get a little bit better.
Okay, so we're gonna hope that it gets better later in the day.
Most RMCs do.
Yeah, and but it was fine. And then we Lovabora was kind of terrible.
Yeah, no thanks.
You know, I think Nate pulled something in his butt. I don't know. I think
I did. It was painful.
it's painful.
Would not recommend.
And I pulled, you know, I felt like my tailbone might have something's not right. So yeah, that wasn't a great experience. But then we did Goliath, or not Goliath, Titan, and that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Very smooth, very intense. If
Yeah.
you're an airtime fan, it's not going to be your favorite coaster,
True.
but that's okay. Not every ride needs to have crazy airtime.
That's true. All right, so now we're on to bigger and better things. Yeah. So here's the mock power splash. Not be able to get on it at all today.
That's bad luck.
We've just had bad luck. We got in line for it earlier, and we were very close, and it closed. And then we went and did some other things, and we went back towards it, and we thought that they were going to start letting people into the line because they were testing, but alas, they started turning people away, and
Added the second boat
they added a second boat.
during that time.
They're just teasing us.
You ain't seen the last of Captain Morco.
Whoa!
Ain't no safety. You can't stop me from taking your treasure.
Amazing. Work of art. Honestly, quite good.
What an adventure!
The Rocky Mountain Alpine Coaster of Doom. All right, we're going past. We're picking up speed. All right, here we go. kind of interesting that like we started it at the top and then we worked our way down and now we're going back up. I'm used to it being the opposite way around, where you literally go up it first and then down the hill. So this is an interesting way. I love it though. It's so much fun. I love mountain coasters. Yeah, this is pretty good stuff. This is pretty good stuff. Magic Springs today, there was fine. They had a crappy SLC. They had the X coaster, which was uncomfortable because it's just like a vertical lift, and you go upside down, and then you twist and go back down, and then you kind of like go back and forth. Not very good. Not a very good coaster. Do not recommend. And then they just had like a mine car coaster called Big Bad John, which was fine. It went in the woods. It was okay. And that was it. The other wooden coaster that they had was closed. So, not a great stop. But we made the Branson. It's right there. So we just went down. We have arrived at Silver Dollar City. We're in the park. Huh. Sweet. It seems like there's like good food almost everywhere. Like I'm like, we're passing. You don't have to dig for it. You don't have to dig. It's right in front of your eyes. Pulled pork skillet. They have skillets too. So that sounds good too.
All I need is a vegetable.
They paid no expense with their entrances and their theming.
No, nothing feels cheap here.
Nope. Which is why I love these parks. This and Dollywood are like so good. Oh my gosh. That looks really good. Looks great. I'm recording it. It looks amazing. We have arrived at the what's the place that's the name of this place? I don't know, but they have cinnamon bread. Claire's cinnamon bread. And it looks it's the reason for the trip, right? Yeah, we're excited for this. So we'll see how it tastes. Animal Kingdom vibes, but like the very basic Animal Kingdom vibes. So far we're off to a bit of a slow start in this park. Everything has been closed or under maintenance. We've done Mamba. That's all we've done.
Easy, Boomerang, and Spinning Dragons were all closed.
All closed. So not a great start. Hoping that things can start getting running here. It's like the Wild West section of the park. I like that sign. Honestly, I think that's like the first time I've actually seen a Wagyu with my own eyes. Dude, look how fast it's going. I think that's a little too fast for me though.
It wasn't unbearable, but for 2 months old, it was That's my way of describing it.
I agree. I agree with Nate the Great. It was not great. Titan Track would do wonders on that layout, but the fact that they did not use Titan Track to
except for
with
that
this
one little
ride.
section.
So there was a section with Titan Track?
Yeah, when it went around the lift hill.
Oh, not like
Very
I could
smooth.
really.
I thought it was a very noticeable difference.
Yeah.
Transitioning in and out.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
If they, I mean, I don't know why they didn't Titan Track the whole thing. I thought that was kind of the whole marketing
Yeah,
point of it.
right. So
Especially with 2 other wooden coasters in the park.
yeah, it also didn't help that like we luckily we camped out, we waited for it to open, but if we didn't, yeah, we would have been screwed. We would have had to wait a long time because they were only running 1 train ops. And then we did Prowler. Prowler was good.
That was great. I love Prowler.
Just slightly rougher Mystic Timbers, but it was a good one. Okay. And Mamba was good. Got it.
Mamba, Patriot, and Prowler are a very good 3.
I agree.
Very different rides, but they're all great.
And Patriot was really fun too.
Patriot was great.
Very smooth. They just repainted it so it looks nice and fresh and shiny, red and blue. But that one was really fun. Probably still prefer Talon, but it does everything perfectly fine. All right, we've made it. Park number 5.
5 already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at this giant Ferris wheel, the Colossus, and right behind it, Mr. Freeze. Just lots and lots of blacktop. Minimal theming.
Hear it.
All right, Nate, so what did we think of Six Flags St. Louis?
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It has some coasters. Most are not good.
And they have some coasters and they exist and they're fine.
I know Nate really.
Some are a lot less than fine.
Nate really enjoyed the boss.
Yeah, the boss was shit.
The boss wasn't good. Yeah.
Screaming Eagle was fine.
Screaming Eagle. I actually really did not enjoy Screaming Eagle, but I didn't enjoy the boss either. So I really like.
The sucky part is, especially with Screaming Eagle and the boss, is they both go out into the woods and they have pretty nice settings.
Right.
And if they were smooth, or in boss's case, RMC'd, it'd be more than fine.
RMC, if you're listening. I think it would like revitalize the park too. Like I think it would bring so many more people to this park, especially the theme park portion of it, not so much the water park. This Six Flags is it's not the best. It's not the best. I mean, Mr. Freeze is quite good.
Mr. Freeze is more than fine. Let me clarify.
Mr. Freeze is a good ride here, a very good ride here. American Thunder, is a good ride. I wouldn't say very good ride. It's a good ride.
Yeah, American Thunder and Mr. Freeze are pretty solid. Like, I'm glad this park has those coasters.
But that's kind of where the line ends.
Yeah, after those 2 rides, none of them are particularly good.
It's a steep hill down from there. Five more minutes. We're gonna tour. We're gonna walk to the top of the bridge. It's gonna be fun.
We're gonna get behind the scenes, which I am very, very excited about. How frequently do you kind of check it?
Well, we got a tape measure. Well, like this morning, we do it every time. This is for all 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, we did the tour, which we saw, or I recorded some of it, so hopefully some of that comes out. Okay.
Worth every penny. Do it.
Yes.
If you're considering it, do it.
I agree. I mean, like and it was just me and you, and that was it. And we literally got to talk one-on-one with. Well, we got to basically tour the voyage, go up its chain lift with a maintenance guy. Well, did we go up with him?
No,
we didn't quite go.
So
up
we
with
went
him.
up with our tour guide basically from services, and then somebody else who I think either operated the voyage or was a supervisor or something. And then once that was done, we came back to the base and we spoke with the maintenance guy, and we walked more than just the lift hill. We went around kind of the whole last turnaround section.
Way more.
If you're a nerd, if you're a geek, if you love to know the ins and outs of wooden coaster, maintenance and upkeep and anything in between, then do the tour because you will get your questions answered.
And the voyage was fantastic. It was closed for a little bit in the mid-afternoon. We don't really know what that was all about, but they reopened it pretty swiftly. I would say probably after a couple hours. And yeah, we were able to get 2 rides on that. 2 rides on Thunderbird, which were awesome. Favorite wing coaster, so good. That launch is so good. And we got 2 rides on the Raven and 1 ride on the Legend. So
Sorry, I'm looking for our car. That's
yeah,
distracted.
yeah, no, I am too. Yeah, it was a great day at Holiday World. We're gonna go find the car.
Yeah. I think we passed it.
Okay. We arrived at Kentucky Kingdom, and we're hoping to just get out of the way of the 4 coasters that are here, maybe 5, and
See how much we want to stay past.
past like 1 hour, maybe 2. We've arrived at Kings Island. So I guess we didn't really wrap up thoughts about where we were earlier, Kentucky Kingdom. The coasters are actually pretty damn good. I mean, lightning run, super good, super fast, lots of pops of airtime, very strong airtime.
It's totally an RMC through and through. Like, it feels like it. Mm-hmm. Even though it's not, it is.
But speaking of actual RMCs, we did Storm Chaser, and that was a very, very good RMC. Definitely one of the better RMCs out there.
Yeah, sometimes with these slower or these shorter, smaller RMCs, they kind of like either they run slow or they feel incomplete or their layouts are kind of lacking. But Storm Chaser, I didn't feel any of that on Storm Chaser. It was like fast and fast paced and smooth, and it ran well. And
I feel like it
wasn't redundant. Sometimes RMCs feel redundant
No.
for me. Nothing felt redundant on it. It was
Nate crushed my dreams by telling me Thunder Run was just a clone of Hurler. But that's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. It was a good version of Hurler. It was smooth. I mean, Hurler's nothing to...
It didn't make you want to like die after.
It didn't. Right. After I got off it, did I want to get back in line? No. But did I think it was okay? Sure. It was fine.
Good airtime too.
Yeah. And then, what was the other one? Oh, Kentucky Flyer.
Also great. Do not sleep on that ride.
No. For a family wooden coaster, that was pretty fun. We got 2 rides on it back to back. And we could have kept riding it, honestly. But
Yeah, there were no lines anywhere in the park, except for Lightning Run did develop one later, but like,
yeah,
get there at opening and you'll get on whatever you want.
exactly. So now we are here at Kings Island, about to queue up for the amazing Banshee, always amazing. And
People can crap on this ride. We don't care. We love it.
oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, even if you don't love it, Nate, that's okay. I love it.
I love it.
It's just so good. Ooh, I don't know what you are, but you're cool. It's like an Egyptian shape. I really have no idea. Oh, it's Snoopy! That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So cute. Very impressive.
Like, that's so cool.
It's so still. Sorry, emergency news.
Good time yesterday at Kings Island. Lots of good coasters in. I realized that it, didn't do an outro yesterday.
No, we were tired.
We were very tired, but we did a lot in Kings Island, and we got a beautiful night ride on the Beast that we didn't even think we were gonna get
We lucked out.
because there was a tenant who, like, right beforehand was like, no, we're closing. We might not reopen for the night. And then we went over, like, Nate got a pretzel. We went back over, and they were open. So,
And we timed it so that we were pretty much one of the last, like, 2 trains before they closed for fireworks.
we timed it out real
Made it
well.
in the nick of time.
Yeah.
So,
And that night ride was no joke. Very good. We got 2 rides on Orion. We got a ride on Diamondback, a ride on Mystic, a ride on Adventure Express.
which was awesome.
Honestly, they did a really good job with that
If you've ridden
retheme.
it before, ride it again. It is so much better now.
I agree. They added some, like, little theming elements here and there, like little statues of monkeys and
Also
little.
new tunnels.
Yeah, they did add a tunnel or two.
Several tunnels. I
Yeah.
think they painted it as well. It's very nice.
Yeah. So now we are here at Cedar Point, and we're heading into their boardwalk section, their new boardwalk section that they just got done with.
Anticipated new #1 coaster, Wild.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Painting well underway for Top Thrill 2. So Nate just reminded me, I got my corkscrew credit today, and I got my Wild Mouse credit today. And overall, it was a good day at Cedar Point.
Yes. As always, this is a great park.
Magnum was closed. Appeared to be some type of issue with the lift hill motor, but we digress. We did all the other coasters, aside from coming soon to a Cedar Point near you, Top Thrill 2. But
That's gonna, like, every time I look near Dragster, I have to remember there's gonna be another 420-foot tower nearby.
yep,
And that, like,
it's gonna be massive.
this park skyline's already impressive. I remember when Bowery Boom was added, it was like such a big change, and the Wicked Twister got removed, and now we're putting in another tower. It's kind of crazy.
Yes, it is. So yeah, but all in all, it was a really good day. We got done everything we wanted to. We're both very tired.
Yeah, it's this day 8.
Yeah, Park 9.
Day 8,
Park 9. We got one park left.
We're going to Six Flags Great America next, which is new for both of us.
Nate gets to drive 5.5 hours tomorrow.
It's okay. I'm good. It's a lot of roller coasters at that park.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest Six Flags parks. Excited to finally go. It's at least my last kind of major Six Flags park that I've been to. And it has a lot of stuff to look forward to there. Raging Bull, X-Fight.
It's gonna be good.
Goliath.
So we're heading out. And what has been a very, very productive trip.
Extremely. I love this park.
This is a really, for Six Flags, it's a nice park. There's just so many coasters here. It just feels like they had this circle of space and they're like, had all these coasters spread out. They're like, no, we need to constrict them as tight as we possibly can to fit in this circle. And like, so there's coasters just on one on top of the other on top of the other, which is not a bad problem to have. It reminds me of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, to be honest.
The most interesting part for those of you who are like history buffs is this, and the one in California obviously started in the same layouts. They started the same way. And one obviously got bought by Six Flags, and one went down the Paramount / eventually Cedar Fair route. And their layouts are the same. They're both big circles.
Yeah.
This one obviously has far more rides. So it's really, really interesting. If you ever make it out to both parks and kind of compare and contrast the differences, there's so many similarities, but they also just have wildly different histories, the way they developed.
Yeah.
And I prefer this park for obvious reasons, but...
Honestly, standout coaster is pretty easy here.
Oh, Raging Bull.
Raging Bull certainly is the standout. The airtime is very good. It's very good. Top 3 hyper, no questions asked.
Yeah.
You know,
everyone waves about, I don't know, Goliath, and most recently Max Force, rightfully so. They're good rides.
Yeah.
But man, Raging Bull's great.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a hyper fan. If you're an airtime fan, awesome ride.
It is. I agree. And I think Max Force, really the only way you can go is front seat on that one. Because just the way that the seats are, it's really hard to see in front of them if you're not in the front.
Yeah, they're very tall seats. Very tall, solid seats.
Yeah. So like, get the front row. If you get the chance to do it, get the front row, and just be prepared for that launch because it's pretty incredible. We've hit quite a bit of parks here.
Yeah, we're done.
We're all done.
Back to reality.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My favorite on this trip was probably Time Traveler, but honestly, I don't know. I have to think on it. I'd have to think on it.
Oh, I can't even begin to answer that question right now. I need 5 business days to process.
And then, yeah, I mean, 10 parks, 10 days, Dallas to Chicago.
I will say, like, I probably have a list of ones that surprised me the most.
Okay.
And Raging Bull is definitely one of those. In terms of, like,
Yeah, Raging Bull
it's not
was
necessarily like the best thing I've ridden in my life, but it's, like, most surprising.
Yeah, I expected it to be good. I just didn't expect it to be like, okay, top 3, right behind Mako. Didn't expect that. So, all right, that's it, folks. We'll see you on the next trip. Bye, y'all.